Welcome guys back to the second part. So I've done all increases, and as you see I have the second row of buttonholes. Let's count garter stitch rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is in my case. In your case can be less or more, but as I said, the Raglan line, measure it in front, has to be about 18 centimeters. Okay, now the total number of stitches has to be 188, and we are going to split sleeves from the body part, and for this you will need 2 pieces of scrap yarn or a stitch holder, up to you. Slip the first stitch, so we are on the right side, and knit next 30 stitches. And we are going to knit a Raglan line as well. I mean that one stitch. So just knit 30. So you see Raglan line stitch I knitted. Then take a yarn and tapestry or yarn needle, thread the tail and slip next 38 stitches, or all stitches between Raglan lines. These are stitches of the sleeve, of the first sleeve. A little bit more. And you see, don't touch the stitch. Now thread and tie 2 ends. Like this. Now you need to cast on 4 more stitches in the same way as we did for buttonholes. Cast on 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4. And now knit next 50 stitches together with the next Raglan line. Here knit till this point, and I will meet you here. So I have finished knitting all stitches of the back part, and next stitches between Raglan lines. Again, we are going to slip to the scrap yarn, next 38 stitches. As we did for the previous sleeve. A little bit more. That's it. Again, tie two ends. And cast on. Don't forget to cast on 4 more stitches. 2, 3, 4. Now knit 30 stitches. Knit raglan line, stitch, and all other stitches till the end, and at the end purl the last selvage stitch. And purl the last stitch. That's it. Now the number of stitches on your needle has to be 120. Wrong side, slip the first stitch and knit all other stitches. I want to show how I'm going to knit those 4 stitches that we added. So here, just through the front loop, knit them, knit 4, and go on knitting till the end. That's how it looks. So finish this row, same here, till the end. At the end, selvage stitch, knit selvage stitch, and like this go on, knitting back and forth. There will be no more increases because there will be no raglan lines. Just knit back and forth until the piece reaches the length of the cardigan reaches about 34 centimeters. And please don't forget about making buttonholes, and in my case I'm going to make 2 more rows, so in total I'm going to have 8 buttonholes, so 2 more. Go on knitting, and at the end I will show you how to bind off all stitches. And as I said, there will be 4 more buttonholes, but if you want to make more than 8, so you're welcome, you can do it. So I've done everything what I wanted, and let's measure the length of the cardigan. I said 34 centimeters, and it is exactly 34. You can make it a little bit shorter, again a little bit longer, always up to you. And now let's bind off all stitches. I'm going to use a traditional bind off method, but if you want to try Scandinavian bind off method, it will be even better. but I just want to make it easier. So slip the first stitch, knit the next stitch, and slip the first over the second one. Then again knit the next stitch and slip first over the second one, knit and slip over, knit and slip over. Please do not tie the yarn. Slip over, knit one, slip over, again knit one, slip over. That's what you're going to get. Please finish binding of all stitches, and our next step, we are going to start knitting sleeves. And that's what I have at the end. Not bad. And now let's slip back all 38 stitches to the 4.5 again millimeters knitting needles. If you want, you can use double pointed needles here, or go on knitting using magic loop method with circular ones. After we return all stitches, we are going to pick up 8 more stitches underarm. So first you need to slip all stitches, and from this side. Okay, now you can remove the yarn, take a new tail, and underarms we are going to pick up 6 stitches plus 2 stitches from corners, a little bit lower than Raglan lines. So we are going to start from the center. So this one, this one, this one, 3, plus 1 more stitch near the Raglan line. So let's start. So we pick up 4 stitches at the beginning and 4 stitches at the end. So this is the first one. Leave the tail in case you need to sew some holes, but I'm going to pick up in the way that there will be no holes. but I know that it's not always possible, so it is better to leave a tail a little bit longer. So 3 stitches, and here let's find the raglan line. Here is the raglan line stitch, and pick up one more near but a little bit lower, like this. And let's check. I don't like it. Let's do it another time. Just do it until you will be satisfied with the right place. So raglan line stitch, and I'm going a little bit down. Let's look now. So it's better, right? No hole, so I will not need to sew anything at the end. Okay, so now we are going to knit all stitches, and at the end pick up 4 more stitches. To get the same garter stitch pattern, we are going to knit one round and then purl another round. Before we were knitting in rows back and forth, and we were knitting all stitches back and forth. Now we are knitting in rounds. So knit one round and then purl another one, and again knit one round and purl another one. So here at the end, again you see raglan line stitch, and we are going to pick up again one stitch a little bit lower than the last raglan line stitch, like this. Then pick up 3 more stitches along the edge. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Now you can place a stitch marker if you want. Let's check, and I like how it looks. No holes, no extra work at the end. So the next round we are going to purl all stitches, and this we are going to count this round as the first round. So this is the first round. You purl all stitches. The second round you're going to knit all stitches, third purl, fourth knit, and fifth purl again. And I will meet you at this point when you knit all 5 rounds, and I will show you how to make decreases. So I've done 5 rounds, and let's check whether we have holes, whether we have to do an extra work at the end. So I think it's perfect. But please don't worry if you have some holes, you have a tail at the end, you can sew them up. And now we are going to make decreases. First decreases, knit the first stitch and then make knit two together or right linear decrease. For this I turn my stitches. It doesn't matter that you have to turn your stitches, just look uh, their direction. And if I knit two together, it will be clearly visible that I have a right linear decrease. So that's what I need. Then knit all other stitches. So it is 40 stitches until you have 3 stitches at the end. So knit 40. And yes, we are doing decreases in knit round. So that's important. Turn. So here till this point, knit all stitches. One more. And now when you have 3 stitches left, you're going again make a one decrease, but it will be a left linear decrease. For this I'm doing slip knit pass over and get a left linear decrease and knit one at the end. Next round we are going to purl all stitches. So in total, after the round with decreases, we are going to knit 5 more rounds, but alternating purl and knit rounds. So now you purl all stitches. Finish this round. The next round you knit, the next round you purl, then knit and purl again, and you stop and make again knit one, knit two together or right linear decrease, then knit till the end and make slip knit pass over and knit the last stitch. Then again knit 5 more rounds and make another decrease. Then again 5 more rounds and another decrease. And like this you are going to make decreases until you have 30 stitches on your needles. 30 stitches. So let's do it. And here I am. So after the last decrease, I've done 4 more rounds. Let's find the last decrease. And the length of the sleeve has to measure about 20 centimeters. So if you need, you can make more rounds. And the last round always has to be the knit one. So let's measure 20 centimeters. You can of course knit more rounds if you need. As soon as you reach 30 stitches, check your length, and if you need more, then add more rounds. In my case it is 4. And now let's bind off all stitches. So it is a purl round, and we are going to purl and to do the same as we did for the bottom. Purl the first stitch and then purl the next one and slip the first stitch over the second one, and again purl one. You see, again I have a knot, and slip over, purl one, slip over, purl one, slip over, purl one, slip over, and go on. One more time. Go until the end, and I will show you how to join the first and the last stitch. So that's what we have now. And now cut the yarn. Leave a tail. Take again yarn needle, not tapestry needle. You can also use hook. Find the very first stitch, both loops, this one and this one, and pull underneath both loops. Then find the last stitch and insert the needle inside in this way and pull again. Like this we did one more stitch between the first and the last one. So that's it. At the end you can fold sleeves. I like knitting sleeves always a little bit longer than it is. Now pull the tail on the right side and make a knot here and weave in ends on the right side as we are going to fold it. Just randomly underneath. This stitch, then the next one, then the next one. If you want, you can make one more knot and then cut the yarn. Like this. Fold it, fold the sleeve, and let's see what do we have. Great. So one sleeve is ready. Now you're going to proceed with the second one. Same, slip all stitches from the waste yarn and then pick up 8 more stitches and start knitting and making decreases. And in the next part we will knit a hood.